This was a shocking moment caught on camera. Video obtained by our NBC affiliate KARE 11 shows David Matori trimming a tree outside his Minneapolis home Wednesday when, according to court documents, a bullet was fired from his neighbor's upstairs window.
The bullet went down through my neck and then all the way back to my spine.
Matori told NBC affiliate KARE 11 he's also recovering from broken ribs and a concussion. Adding, the last 11 months since he and his wife moved in, they've been living a nightmare next door to John Shawshak. Court documents show the victim called police 19 times prior to the shooting for incidents including harassment, hate speech, and verbal threats. It also says Shawshak suffers from mental illness. Shawshak has been charged with attempted murder, but he is not in jail. Police allowing him to stay in his home because they say he's a threat to himself and others.
The likelihood of an armed, violent confrontation where we may have to use deadly force with the suspect in this case is high.
That excuse sparking community outrage.
Peace, family. Welcome back to the grassroots, where we peel back the layers of this rotten system. Serve up some truth with a side of shade and keep it 100 while we're at it. Today, we're diving into a story so wild, it's like a Coen Brothers flick meets a KKK cookout. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Minneapolis, Minnesota. The city that gave us Prince, Purple Rain, and apparently a police department scared to do their damn job. Meet John Herbert Sochek, 54 years old, white, unhinged, and charged in Hennepin County District Court with second-degree attempted murder, first-degree assault, stalking, and harassment. This ain't no parking ticket, family. This man allegedly turned the 3,500 block of Grand Avenue South into his personal shooting range, blasting his 34-year-old neighbor, Davis Matori, right in the neck while the brother was pruning a tree. Yeah, you heard that right. Pruning a tree. What's next? Sochek gonna shoot somebody for watering their lawn. Now, here's where it gets juicy. And by juicy, I mean straight up infuriating. Hennepin County had warrants out for this fool's arrest before the shooting. Sochek had warrants tied to threats. He'd been slinging at Davis, Matori, and other neighbors like he's some discount Tony Soprano. Court docs say this cat's been terrorizing the block. And what did the Minneapolis PD do about it? Nothing. They were acting like scared little bitches, tiptoeing around Sochek's house like he's got a do not disturb sign and a moat full of alligators. As of Friday evening, this man was still out there, free as a bird, while Davis is laid up fighting for his life. Tell me that ain't a script straight out of the systemic playbook. Let's break this down grassroots style. Davis Matori is out here just trying to keep his yard tight and live his life. John Sochek with a rap sheet of threats longer than a CVS receipt. According to the Star Tribune, Sochek's been a neighborhood nightmare for years, with harassment, stalking, you name it. Warrants were issued because this cat was out here threatening Davis and others, and the cops knew it. Yet somehow, they couldn't find the spine to cuff him, before he allegedly pulled that trigger. CNN reported the same warrants active Sochek dodging, and the MPD just shrugging like, oh, we'll get to it. Meanwhile, Davis takes a bullet to the neck. You can't make this stuff up. Now, let's talk about these police kinfolk. Because this is where the rubber meets the road, or in this case, where the rubber just sits there collecting dust. Minneapolis PD had multiple chances to lock this dude up. Court records show they had multiple warrants for Sochek's arrest tied to his campaign of terror against Davis and the block. But instead of kicking in the door and dragging his ass out, they played it soft. Why? Oh, I don't know, maybe because Sochek's a white dude in a nice neighborhood and the optics of storming his house didn't vibe with their PR plan. You think if Davis was the one with warrants threatening folks, he'd still be chilling at home Friday night? Hell no. They'd have had a battering ram, a helicopter, and a news crew on speed dial. See, this is what I mean when I say the system ain't broken. It's working exactly how it's designed. Protect the Socheks of the world until they do something so blatant you can't ignore it. Then act surprised when the body count starts. Davis Matori's family been begging for help. It's been reported they'd filed complaints about Sochek's racist harassment for months. You heard that right. Months. And what did the cops do? Sat on their hands like they were auditioning for the Scarecrow and the Wizard of Oz. No heart, no brain, just straw. Then boom, shots fired, and Davis is bleeding out in his own yard. That's not a failure, that's a choice by the police department to be negligent. But let's flip it. Let's give props where it's due. Davis Matori, a survivor, took a bullet to the neck and still here to tell the tale. That's that black strength. That resilience. They can't shoot out of us no matter how hard they try. Meanwhile, Sochek's still on the run with Hennepin County's finest, still scratching their heads like, where'd he go? Bro, he's probably in his basement eating Hot Pockets, laughing at y'all. The Star Tribune said the shooting was in broad daylight, and he still caught ghost. Either he's a ninja, or the cops are just that incompetent. I'm betting on the latter. This ain't just about one crazy neighbor family. This is about a city and a system that lets a man with warrants stack up like frequent flyer miles. While a black family's pleas for safety get filed under, we'll get back to you. The Minneapolis NAACP already called it out. They're demanding accountability because this ain't new. Remember George Floyd? Same city, same vibes. Police dragging their feet. Pathetic. Sobchak's charges: attempted murder, assault, stalking, harassment, serious as a heart attack. Yet he's still out there and the cops are still playing catch up. So what's the word? Grassroots family. 1. If you got a neighbor acting like Sobchak, don't wait on the cops. Document everything. Protect yourself. Because clearly they ain't coming. 2. We gotta keep the heat on Minneapolis PD. Why they so scared to arrest this dude? What's the holdup? And 3. Davis, Motori, King, we see you. Heal up, stay strong. Because the grassroots got your back louder than a megaphone at a protest. And Sobchak. Enjoy your little freedom run, my guy. Because when they finally catch you, and they will, I hope they slap those cuffs so tight your wrists look like they're auditioning for a sausage commercial. You don't get to terrorize a black family, shoot a man in his own yard, and just skate. That's not how this ends. Tick-tock, your clock's running out. That's it for today. Hit that like button if you're pissed off like me. Subscribe if you ain't already. And drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the MPD have locked Sobchak up months ago? Or are they just allergic to doing their job? Until next time, stay woke, stay laughing, and keep it grassroots. Peace.